Hello, and welcome to the PolyInnovator channel. My first series is about the overall main project called the D.I.Y degree, a higher education created and curated by me to maximize its relation to my dream career. I will become a globally recognized innovation polymath driven to innovate technology and ideology. Today is about the execution, the potential failure, and the overall outcome, whether I am successful or not. One thing I would like to note at the very beginning is that oftentimes when I'm watching videos, I prefer it at a higher speed, and overall makes the videos go by quicker and I can actually consume more knowledge in that timeline. I do suggest to watch a lot of my videos at 1.5, or even if you're able to, at 2x speed, which allows it to get through a lot quicker. It really is a tremendous endeavor. When I first set out to make the list, I did not foresee myself getting over 400 courses. I have considered weeding it down, but I have this gut feeling that if I did, I would accidentally get rid of something important. Am I a hoarder? Once again, I want to ask, why would I even want to do this? Why not just go to school? Well, as I said in the first video, I do not do well in traditional education. I think that when it comes to people, I would love to network, and I would love to interact with a lot of students. However, I wouldn't study. I surely wouldn't learn. It goes too slow for most subjects, not to mention the literal 2 semesters essentially worth of general education credits that I see more or less as a waste of time. Bear in mind, towards the end of the degree, there is a semester from the Great Courses Plus. It is all based on a lot of different subjects that could literally be considered something along the lines of general education. However, it is the subjects I truly want to know more about, and as such as nutrition, or astronomy, philosophy, etc. Not to mention the Great Courses Plus, I think I'd get a lot more out of for a much cheaper price. Each semester has around 40 courses, and I'm wondering if I should keep it that way or add more, as there are some courses that are more prudent to add sooner. Semester 1 is about business, at least for the most part. One thing I made sure to do is that in each semester I have courses based on other areas to interleave the knowledge throughout the degree. This way I do not get so caught up in just one subject and potentially get bored or overwhelmed. P.S. Sorry about the frame of the video. It turns out OBS was skewed in the window. For example, in semester 1, there is one course based on getting the Network Plus CompTIA certification for information technology. It is, for one, a good cert to get if I need to get my foot in the door somewhere, and for 2, if I do decide to go to college down the road, it would be either a master's degree at MIT or a bachelor's at WGU, Western Governors University. At least is what I'm thinking right now. In order to get into a WGU, however, I would need some sort of history, which a certification would give me. There are also some economics, government, and entrepreneurship courses scattered about, which I feel will be a good supplement to business. There are also 2 MicroMasters credentials courses on this semester 1 list. This is worthy to note because I had aimed to have just 1, maybe 2, per semester. This is honestly the reason why the bulk of the price that my D.I.Y degree came to be. There is a lot of variables, however, because some of the costs weren't accounted for, and others may not be important or matter later on if I choose to just audit the course instead. Though it seems that edX is trying to charge for auditing the courses in the pathway around $9. This might be an important fact to some people watching this too. How I plan on going about pursuing these courses is both headstrong and strategic. I am some person of a balance, and so I think that for me to succeed, I need to do both. I need to, at some points, go head on and absorb the knowledge forthright, whereas other times, given the intensity that some courses might have, I need to take extra time to get every little bit of detail. This mainly depends on the course and whether or not it is worth credit or even just a certificate. MicroMasters, for example, generally if you have a preceding bachelor's, please note, can often be counted towards a semester's worth of graduate level credit. meaning that if you do have a MicroMasters and get up to half of the master's degree from it, that you actually have to go into the master's degree program to get it. I think the most important point to make is that I am taking all these courses. I will most importantly be able to find a synergy in knowledge. However, I feel that there might be some opportunities from this as well. It will look good on a resume, especially if I document my journey in these videos, but on top of that, it may lead to other official pathways. If I don't get into a master's degree program, then oh well. I will still have around 8 MicroMasters and other high-level certifications that are graduate-level knowledge, each with their own prestigious university. Also, I want to say that I am trying my best to watch the camera and talk. Overall, I'm having a hard time not reading my script. Maybe if I have it in another window, it might help. I see it as a win-win. There is no downsides besides some upfront cost and the potential opportunity cost of the time spent. However, my rebuttal is that the cost is significantly lower than most schools, and no one else is doing this yet besides a few like-minded people. Another challenge I might face is patience. This comes as no surprise, but this is going to take a while to accomplish. My ideal window is 1 year, but we all know that this is probably not going to happen. Some of the courses are actually a collection of courses for a professional certificate or something like that, like a MicroMasters, meaning that one course on the list is more like 5. I kept it that way for simplicity's sake, but something to account for nonetheless. Another potential pitfall is that when it comes to more challenging work, it might take me much longer for that period. Now, I honestly think that this is going to be because of the speed of the course itself. They often have weekly lessons that have to be locked in place. However, not so much my understanding behind knowledge base, just the actual time frame it takes to complete the course. When it comes to programming and math portions, however, I think it will come down to my understanding. On a different note, let's talk about some of the other people who have pursued this path as well. Scott Young, the creator of the MIT Challenge, where he condensed a 4-year computer science degree from MIT into 1 year. He managed to do this using OpenCourseWare and textbooks, was never enrolled in MIT, never went to any classes. He accomplished this goal, and it's definitely worth a check. The link is down below. Another awesome person, Jonathan Haber, he made his own, what he called a degree of freedom. Overall, this condensed a liberal arts curriculum based in philosophy, something that greatly stark compared to Scott's. They actually had a really awesome interview together on Scott's channel. The link is down below as well. There will be links for each of these people to help you see what they want to do, see what they have done, and have all the resources on their websites. Lawrie Miller, she's a bit different than the other people on this list as she focused more on the CLEP or credit equivalent tests. Her BA in 4 weeks idea was based on if you have the knowledge base already, such as if I finish my D.I.Y degree, then you can go in within 1 month, take all the tests for those credits for each of those subject areas. Basically, the shortest amount of time for each test to be prepared. You don't always have to do it in the 1 month, but it's the idea that stuck. Another great individual, Laurie Pickard, she used MOOCs as well, but towards an MBA level education, allowing her to get an equivalent education for 1/100th of the cost, a no-pay MBA, as she deems it. All these people are super cool for trying what they did. One thing I find super interesting is that my DIY degree is actually a synergy of all their core areas. Computer science or information technology in particular, philosophy and arts, business and mostly in the MBA sense, and perhaps using all this towards credit or CLEP in the long run later down the line. This was not intentional, just a matter of fact that it happened, sort of akin to Steve Jobs connecting the dots looking back. It just happens. I can't fully explain my confidence in this matter. Overall, the degree just feels like it's the one thing I need to do. There is really no doubt in my mind that it is the right path. I think it is a rare occurrence in most people, something that only happens a few times in life. The only other point in my life where I have felt this way was when deciding what career I would like to pursue. It has been in me since I was a child. A social entrepreneur driven to push humanity forward with innovation and project management in smart cities, as well as global development. What sort of actions do you think I can take to increase my documentation of this DIY degree? Comment down below, please. Thank you all for coming and checking out my video. I hope that perhaps I can create some sort of benefit in your life. Maybe the content of these videos will give you some sort of idea, or I can share links or something along those lines. Just let me know. And overall, bye.